In this video, I will show you the line time that I had in the past 2 years and comment a bit on the process that I went through. Looking at my line time in the past 2 years, I hope that you will understand a bit more of my current context and understand why I'm doing the things the way I do them right now. So let's jump into it. I started tracking my line time in August 2021 and I'm using an app called Loop Habit Tracking to visualize the data. The first thing you can see on the very top of the screen is the goal that I had to set in the app for this habit, my line time. At the time when I set this goal, I was still struggling a lot with injuries, so even 2 hours of line time felt like too much. And I told myself that as soon as I am able to train 5 hours per week or more, I'm gonna be at a state where I've overcome my injuries and can just train again, which I think I achieved by now, but it was definitely a long journey to get there. Now that I finally feel like I reached that goal of overcoming my injuries, this goal of 5 hours of line time per week is not that important to me anymore. I'd rather just try to push this as much as possible while staying healthy and fit and listening to my body. So now you'll just see this goal in the app, but I'm not taking it that serious anymore. So the first section you can see in the app shows my progress towards this goal that I set in the app, and it shows it on a weekly, monthly, quarterly and yearly basis. So the 4 rows. It's Monday and I'm having a rest day, so I still need to get 5 hours of line time this week, but I guess I might manage to do this. Let's see. And then you can see how much I've been training this month, this quarter and this year respectively. We're gonna skip the second section because it's basically just the progress towards the goal, which is not that important to me right now. So the third section is gonna be a bit more interesting. What you can see right now is each bar represents the total line time I had in a quarter of a year, so in 3 months. So the second half of 2021 I was training quite a bit, and I was kind of going with the mindset of the more I train, the better I will get, which is true to a certain extent, but not if you don't respect the limits of your body, which I didn't. So yeah, then you can see beginning of 2022 my line time dropped a lot, which was basically because I realized I just can't keep going like this. My wrists were painful, my ankles were painful, my hips were painful. I just couldn't keep training anymore. So I had to stop and kind of figure out how to rehab from my injuries. And then throughout 2022 it got better slightly. I knew I need to do strength training in order to get stronger so my joints can handle more load. But the way I did the strength training was still not where it should have been. So 2022 was kind of a 1-year learning experience on how to rehab from injuries. So I was kind of getting stronger a bit, but the real breakthrough was beginning of 2023, where I finally figured out that I need to lower the intensity of my strength training, increase the volume, just prepare my joints for more load again. I was really happy with my training in around May 2023, but then I had some health problems that kept me out of the line and away from training for a few months. So my line time dipped again by quite a lot, but now in the past months it's been going better and better again. So now my goal for the next months until Laax is just trying to push more and not injure myself. That's kind of the most important constraint. I really hope that I'll get to a point where I can train more than 5 hours per week on a consistent basis, but let's see how it turns out. So this is kind of my context of the last 2 years. In the next video I'm gonna do a 1 rep max testing to see where my strength levels are at right now, and then we can start building the program from there. So stay tuned.